Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. All right, got another knife from the Apex Pass Around group, and this one actually made it to me. Yay! If you hadn't seen my last video with a box that was supposed to have knives in it from the Apex Pass Around group, well, those knives were gone. So, hey, this one made it right on. This is the however you want to say it. This is the D198-PB. Now, this comes from the Apex Pass Around group, as I said, from Ruike as well. So thank you very much to Ruike and the Apex for the opportunity to check it out. But the D198, you're going to start out looking at this handle here. Now, they describe it on the Ruike website as PA66 plus 35 GF. Okay? From what I can figure out, what is that? It's GFN. That's what I boil it down to. And when you get it in hand, to me, it really feels like GFN. So if I'm wrong, okay, but that's about as good as I can describe it from all the science words that they have. Yeah, anyhow. Uh, they do have a lanyard hole. Choke myself by laughing. You do have a fairly deep carry. It tries. You got a little sticking out there. But we do have a reversible clip, which is nice. So, lefties, rejoice. Man, still looking for those recessed pocket clip screws. But as you can see there, it does kind of cut down on your area that you have underneath the clip. Not too bad, though. Rides pretty good. And we do have a sloping clip, which, okay, not bad, not bad. As you can see there, the faux backspacer is what I'm calling it. I mean, you can tell there's one seam, and it really looks to me like the backspacer, which I'm pretty sure it is part of the actual clip side scale. So it's kind of a faux backspacer. It is a backspacer, you know. It is what it is. It's part of the clip side scale. So we do have some decent texturing on there. Still, it leaves the GFN is definitely not one of my favorite handle materials, and this is still kind of slick even with that milling on there. So yeah, that is we'll get into that a little bit more later in my overall. Getting ahead of myself, as it is a flipper there, as you can see now. Yeah. Detent is pretty light on it. Can I shake it open? Oh, yeah, I just did. So detent is kind of light on it. I mean, you give it a good flip and it comes out. No worries there. But it is very easily failable if you try. So give it a nice flip. It comes out. Now, you've got a cryo-treated 8CR13 MOV blade. It says so right there. We're definitely going to talk about that here in a little bit. D198-PB. Now, this is kind of a modified drop point, I guess, is what you could call that. So, yeah, there's a Rake logo on the blade there. Choil, it's way back past the plunge grind. Little bit of a smile. So you do have that. Do have a ramp with some jimping that I really do like. That's nice, for sure. As far as your forward choil goes, yeah, you pretty much got to trigger that flipper tab if you want to choke up on it. Trigger choke the flipper tab. You're still pretty close to that blade, though. Yeah. So, nice satin finish, full flat grind on it. Come on now. There we go. Full flat grind, satin finish, some fingerprints, all the good stuff. All right, let's do our spec check. What do we have here? So overall, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, we're pushing 9 inches on this knife. Now, if you remember, that's kind of right where that Summit was, but this is completely different than the Summit. Way different. Much lighter for sure. Handle, you're looking at about just over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just over 5. 5 and maybe a quarter in there. Blade length, however I look at it, you're looking at about, I mean, it's pretty close to 4, just under 4. And then your cutting edge, how I measure it, is pretty much about the same. Darn near a 4-inch cutting edge, which is nice. Very nice. Grip length, you're looking at 1, 2, 3. I mean, if you go all the way out, you're looking at about 4 inches on your grip length, and that's how it looks in my 3 3/4 inch hands. So you're definitely got some room. Those of you with larger hands, you might start going past that kind of point to point there grip. Now it does have, as you can see there, it does have kind of a little bit of a 3-finger groove and then a 1-finger. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of getting me on my ring finger, but it's not that bad. It's not too pronounced, so it's not too bad. All right, let's get a weight on it. What do we got? What I think, now remember, the Summit was like, what, I don't even remember. 8.5, it was heavy. What do we got here? It's about half. 4.1 ounces, or 117 grams. Our carry, it carries really nice. No issues with the carry. Like I said, pocket clip is fairly deep. Not too bad. Little tiny bit sticking out there. Clip is pretty, it's a stainless clip. It's got some really pretty good retention, actually. And you don't have too big of a ramp, which is nice, because for grip, might give you a little pop going in your pocket. Nothing too major, though. So my overall on this one, and I'm definitely going to talk about something, but first let's talk ergonomics. Now, like I said, that GFN handle, it's light. That handle is light. Does it put it blade forward? Yeah. No, we're still, where are we at? We're still pretty handle heavy. There you go. There's your balance point. Let's see about, it's really hard to see. I mean, you do have some weight reduction going on in there. It's kind of hard to see with the full, but you can see there's some holes there up forward. So it does have some weight reduction on the show side. Clip side, there is holes in there. They're kind of hard to see though. Ergonomically, it's not bad. You know, like I said, other than that, GFN just doesn't really afford much grip for me. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm pretty well sliding right over it, so not really crazy about that. I do love the ramp and the jimping on the blade. Like I said, you can, you know, trigger choke that if you want to, but you're going to get really close to the corner of that blade. Action, well, we already kind of covered that. The detent's pretty weak. A solid flip gets it out. A couple shakes shut. It's all right. Now, I want to talk about overall the price. Now, this guy's cost, it's an 8CR GFN, that's what I'm calling it, $27.99, something like that on Amazon, and that's pretty much the only place I could find them right at the moment. Maybe some other kind of offhand stores, but that was really the major one I could find it at. Not bad as far as price goes, but in looking at some of the newer models that Ruike is putting out, they have models in that same, you know, $27 to $30 price range with 14C28N. So if you're doing 14s, and basically same handle material, so if you're using 14C at, let's say, $30, $28, whatever, why would you go to 8CR? That just kind of, it confuses me a little bit, because, I mean, you're not saving anything on price point. You're just putting a lower grade steel. Now, those other knives at that $28 to $30 range with 14C, Yes, please. And I may have to see if I can get my hands on some of those, because 14C is one of my favorite steels. And at a price point of 30 bucks, now, there again, you got that GFN handle, so there's a little bit of give and take there. But, man, 14C for 30 or under 30 bucks? Guys, Ruike's been doing this for a long time. The P801, I think that knife still sells. Now, that's a stainless steel handle, but 14C, and I think it still sells for that $28 to $30 range. Ruike's been using 14C, 12C27, and doing them for an awesome, awesome price for quite some time. And to be perfectly honest with you, there you go, they get overlooked a lot of times. I know I overlook them at times, but they really do make some fantastic knives with a good steel. 14C is still one of my favorites. And VG10. You're not going to change my mind on that. Just two of my favorites. So, done well, I don't see how you can go wrong. Honestly, there again, the handle material leaves a little bit to be desired. I'll give you that 100%. But a 14C knife for 30 bucks? I'm in. Unfortunately, this one is not 14C. Still, for 8CR, it's not bad. The size of the knife, I mean, as far as overall value, you're probably getting your value out of this knife. You really are. With the blade steel and the handle material, it's probably a pretty good value. These 14C knives, in the same price range, I think you're getting a hell of a deal, just to be perfectly honest with you. That's my opinion. But the D198-PB, really appreciate Ruike and the Apex Pass Round group for sending it out and making it available to check out. Really, really cool. This will go on to the next person. I don't remember right offhand who that is, but I'll get it out to them. So keep your eyes open, guys. We have a couple of Ruike knives. There's another one coming that I've signed up for. Definitely want to check it out as well. And we'll see what Ruike's doing here with their new models. I'm happy and confused at the same time with some of these newer models, just because of their blade steel choices and their price points is where they're putting them. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Always enjoy hearing from you, talking to you guys. It's one of my favorite things. Y'all know that. Remember, like, subscribe, leave me that comment, guys. Love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.